What's up YouTube, AwesomeYugioh here, and today I'm back here with a report on my regional I played last Saturday with PK Fire, Burning Abyss. I got top 4 as you can see by the mat and the deck box. It actually was my first event or competitive, or actually playing Yu-Gi-Oh in general in about 8 months. So it's kind of good getting top 4. I didn't really expect that, to be honest. And yeah, I wanted to play nationals. So I figured it would probably be good to at least have played Yu-Gi-Oh once before I went to nationals. So that's pretty much why I went. I had to throw some cards together to make a deck profile. Didn't really know what to expect. First round I played against Monarchs, and believe it or not, I didn't really know how they worked at all. And he beat me quite easily. Game 1, he won the dice roll. I lost all my dice rolls, so I guess some things just never change. But game 1 he opened with Domain and some of the Monarchs. And I realized pretty quickly that I couldn't play. So I just had to scoop. Friend of mine told me that Effect Veiler was pretty good against Monarchs, which was in my side, so I decided in Effect Veiler and Mask of Restrict and stuff. I let him go first because of the hand traps I was starting in. He went with Idea, failured it, and that was it pretty much. He couldn't continue his plays, he didn't have anything else he could summon or do. He passed turn and I could OTK him. So game 2 was pretty quick in my favor. In game 3, he set up the lock, but I had some stuff to defend me. We went into overtime, and I pretty much had to draw Raigeki in any of the turns. And I didn't up until the very last turn of overtime, at which point he was leading with like 7,600 life points or something, and I only had 1 card left in hand plus the Raigeki. So yeah, that didn't work out. So he beat me, and then after that, after the first loss, I won everything else. So I ended up top 4. So that was kind of cool. But I definitely have to say that I learned how to play Yu-Gi-Oh again whilst playing it, because I went from worse to a bit better every round. I got a bit better every round at playing this deck and knowing how to play against the decks my opponent were playing, because yeah, I didn't really know anything. But yeah, it was cool. I love the deck box. I hadn't seen this one. It's like a grayish metallic something, dark gray, which is really cool. I hadn't seen this one. That's kind of cool. And the mat, I guess it's kind of cool as well. Friend of mine told me this was supposed to be like a Buster Blader card. Never heard of that, but I mean, I've heard of Buster Blader, but not something like this. He showed me the card. It's like a fusion or something, and of course we have the participation packs, which I'll just open up right now. We have Dimension of Chaos. I haven't opened up any of these packs ever, since once again I wasn't playing, so I didn't invest in any sets, so I have no idea what's in here. I know this card. Okay, so this doesn't have like a guaranteed super. I think these two have. I believe this is like an Hidden Arsenal set. So I'll do it like this, because that might be the secret. Oh, it's not. I thought this had like only supers. Okay, so you do get a super. I think that might be guaranteed, though. But I'm not sure. Okay, whatever. There were some reprints in that as well. Gemini Troll, Gorgon, which is kind of cool, I guess. And then this, I'm definitely sure it has a super. I believe it's the last set. That's out right now. Tuning Magician. Okay. So nothing special in there. I didn't expect too much, because I don't really do well with packs. Yeah, let's go into the profile for now. If I think of something else to say in between, I'll mention it. So I did build this deck from scratch, pretty much. I wanted to try out some things, see how it worked. I'll go into some of the how some things worked out in the profile when I pass the card. So 1 Grav, double Seer, triple Scarm, of course, for the BAs, and double Farva for Beatrice. Beatrice is a monster. Card is absolutely unfair. and then 1 call cap as well for the Beatrice. Spinning back row in the end phase. Came up a couple of times, like 2 times, but I used to I drew this quite often, so this didn't come up that much, for a bit more. So that's it for the BAs. I don't play that many BAs because I did use the PK engine as well. So triple silent boots, double ancient cloak, and 1 ragged gloves. Definitely the best ratio in my opinion. Silent boots is amazing. This search of silent boots twist is good because silent boots is amazing. And then ragged gloves to just beef up your break sword or your rank 4 as well. Then I utilized the speedroids as well. Triple Terratop, 1 Tekatomberg, which I drew all the time. So I might have been better off playing 2, but even when you draw this, you can still utilize it with Levier. I mean, when I would play 2, of course you can draw it even more, but I pretty much opened with this in my first 5 cards like 70-80% of the time anyway, so how much can you increase that with playing 2? When you play 2, you know, the second one is for free when you special summon this one. So, I mean, that's kind of cool, but I actually did open this one a lot as well. Almost as much as him. So a lot of the times I had to go special summon him and special summon him from the hand, which isn't that great, but it's still a 2-card Dante, I guess, which isn't that bad. And then for the non thingies, we have Tour Guide and Fiendish Rhino. Yeah, both of these worked out great. I did draw her as well a lot. Not as much as Tekatomberg, but I did open Tour Guide quite a bit, which is kind of cool. And when I didn't open Tour Guide, I did have access to Scarm. So pretty much every game by turn 2 or 3, I did have access to Tour Guide, which is good, which is cool. And then Triple Maxi, which was definitely the MVP of the weekend. That's it for the monsters. Spell the 1-up start, because 39 card decks are the best. Double Allure, which I liked as well. I did have a couple of instances where these were dead, where it actually did, which is it's kind of strange because like half my deck is dark. But yeah, I did draw these 2 or 3 times. But it wasn't the biggest of deals because usually you can make some play, I guess, or you already have something on board established when you draw this. Focus, thank you. So yeah, it wasn't that big of a deal. All in all, I really like this. It gets you to your side deck cards, it gets you to your combo pieces. It sets up some Levier plays. So all in all, I definitely like the Double Allure. And then 1D beginning of the end. This is terrible and amazing. As both. It's both terrible and amazing. I did open this one a lot as well. I do open a lot of 1-offs usually, but usually not the ones you want to open with. The ones that you want to stay in your deck, that's the ones I definitely open with all the time. So that is terrible, you know, having this, it's absolutely that first turn. There's no possible way to make this alive unless you're like a god with luck, which I'm quite the opposite of. But usually by turn 2, 3, 4, you have to get this. It's going to be live, and when you can resolve this, you're drawing 3 cards. You +2. That's just dumb. So I actually only resolved this like 2 or 3 times. But I did side it out a couple of games as well. So you know that's yeah, whatever. So the times that I draw this and I could resolve it, I would say it's like 30, 40, 50%, somewhere around that number. And when I didn't resolve it, I just didn't really have to. So I mean, I guess that's fine. And the times I did resolve it, you instant win. But I feel like this might be more of like a win more card. You know, when you can resolve this, you've already established quite a bit, you know, you filled up your grave, you're probably in a good position already, so yeah, I'm not so sure on the beginning of the end. Double Twin Twisters, good cards. Foolish, which is not that great anymore, but you know, it's still access to like, or a trap, or a Burning Abyss, so it's just an easy card to play. And then the Raigeki, which is absolute garbage in my opinion, but I guess you need it against Monarchs, but you need it like 9 turns before you draw it. probably something like that. That's probably how that works. For the traps, triple fog blade. This is the easiest card in the game right now. I love this card. It's like real easy mode. The MBA, this is just dumb, because what you do is you can either put on some damage or you put on fields, and you just let your opponent wait for you, because this just shuts off attacks. It pretty much negates turns for your opponent, and you can just, you know, wait for turns till you can get plays or make more rank 3s, and then with your rank 3s with Breaksword, for example, this is unfair as well because you can blow this up. Now you can attack the monster you couldn't attack before, which is still negated, and from the grave you can special summon one of the rank 3, one of your level 3 PK guys, make for some more XCs, and it's a searchable Phoenix Chain. This card is it's a really easy mode. It's a good defensive card. When you don't have any defensive cards in your opening hand, you can probably always still get to this, which that's just great. Then Solemn Warning and Triple Strike. Now I didn't draw any of these at all, just none. I milled a couple, but usually these just stayed in my deck. You know, usually I had like 7-8 cards in my deck, and there were still 2 strike in it, for example. That happened like 5 times. I never ever saw any of these, which I mean, in hindsight I don't really mind it, because, you know, having a monster heavy hand with Burning Abyss or some of the spells makes so you can put down bigger boards, and like I said, you can still get to defensive cards in Fogblade. So in hindsight I don't really mind it. It's just it's kind of strange, you know. Mathematically I should have at least got a couple of these at some point during the day, but I didn't get any. So after the day, I got told by some of my friends that also utilized Burning Abyss that this card isn't as good anymore. It's only good against Cosmo, and since PK Fire is definitely, or Burning Abyss in some form is definitely the best deck, this doesn't really do anything, or doesn't do that much. So I probably should be playing this anyway, which, like I said, I might agree with, because I mean, I didn't need them. So strikes might not be as good as they were, but I do feel like Cosmo isn't your easiest matchup. So these might help against that. But then I did play Chaos Trapple as well. I did see this one a couple of times, and this card is amazing. So I probably like cut at least 1 strike for another Chaos Trapple, but maybe go even more, play some other trap cards, or just up the monster count, because like I said, monster heavy cards, monster heavy hands are better than having a lot of traps in your hand opening turn. So that's the last card of my deck, Chaos Trapple. Definitely an amazing trap. Chaos Trapple is really good this format. Hits Mirror Match, hits the Dantes, and against Cosmo you just hit all their shit. Yeah, that's really good. So that's the main deck. Wasn't perfect by far. Well, main deck wasn't perfect, but like I said, I didn't have any practice, didn't know what to expect, so I just went with some things I thought were pretty good on paper and were kind of standard and stuff, you know. So yeah, changes should be made. Extra deck, Triple Dante. Extra deck was really solid in my opinion. Double Beatrice, only the 1 target Pilgrim. Now I did contemplate going with Virgil as well, but mostly so I can side Ghost Ogre to out Flying C and then go into Virgil. But I didn't go with Ghost Ogre, I went with Effect Failure, which in hindsight I do kind of regret, because Ghost Ogre would have helped against Domain, for example. Failure really only hurts Idea and nothing else in the game. Ghost Ogre, I feel like, hits a bit more. Went to go and crash with Beatrice once to bring out Pilgrim, because my opponent had Jassy, and I really didn't know how else to add that, except with like a Braidsword getting into 3000, but I wasn't in a position to get that. So only really used Pilgrim as a beat stick once. Didn't really do anything else, because people just didn't destroy Beatrices. If they wanted to get rid of Beatrice, they went with another way than to just blatantly destroy it. So double Beatrice and the Pilgrim, only 1 Pilgrim as a target. Double Breaksword, this card is great. Double Levier, definitely need 2, and this card is great. You don't need 2, but I did go into 2 like 2 or 3 times, so it's definitely a card I would go. Especially when you run the speed toys with Tektonberg, and you run the Allure and the beginning of the end. You're going to have so much benefits. The double Levier is definitely going to come up. Nightmare Shark didn't come up. This is the guy that come up once. Kibido came up a couple of times. F-Zero is absolutely ridiculous. This card is dumb. And then Gaia Dragon to put over Beatrice, which happened a couple of times. Mostly for the mirror match, I just had enemy controller 3 times, taking their Beatrice or Dante's, going into a Beatrice of your own, and then just putting over the Gaia Dragon, or just, like I said, taking the Beatrice and put the Gaia Dragon over it, just so you can keep their stuff. Gaia Dragon is great, and actually did some piercing damage with it once as well. That put me in a good amount of damage so I can actually kill my opponent next turn. So the extra deck really solid in my opinion. I believe there was one other card I contemplated playing, like I said, maybe the Virgil, but that depends on your side deck, I think. And I believe there was one other card, but I'm not sure what. I don't think you need 2 F-Zeros. F-Zeros usually there to stay on the field, and once you summon it, you're probably in such a good position you're winning anyway, so I don't feel like you need more than 1 F-Zero. Side deck, 2 Failure, like I said, might become Ghost Ogres, double Flying Sea. This card's the bomb in the mirror match. This is great. I did pretty much every game 2 or 3 I saw a Flying Sea played against me, but I was well prepared for Flying Sea, so it didn't really cost me too many games. Only against the first game, against the Monarch player, he had this domain up. He had it, game 3 he had his domain up. He had like Tribute Summon Monarch, obviously, and he put me under Flying Sea, so yeah, I did go into a grind game, but I never really had a chance of winning, honestly. So yeah, Flying Sea is really good. Double Norlaros. Some guy played this, got a bit of hype. I still had these. I thought I'd try it out, but this doesn't work in a PK Burning Abyss deck. It doesn't work, so don't use these unless you're going full BA. I did side this in a couple of times because on paper it's kind of good against a lot of your a lot of matches, honestly, just not in a mirror match, but everything else it's pretty good on paper. But when you're playing a deck like this, which only utilizes like 8 Burning Abysses, maybe 9. But not sure. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 6, 9. Yeah, 9 Burning Abyss monsters. You're not going to go into Beatrice as consistently as you want to get this off, so don't use that. Don't use Norlaros. Did side it in a couple of times actually, but never summoned it. Never needed to summon it to win a game either. So yeah, this is just it's more of a win more card again, just like the beginning of the end. It's not good. It's not that great in a Burning Abyss deck like this. Triple Enemy Controller, MVP. This is by far the best card you can use in Burning Abyss. In a mirror match, but also in other matches, it plays around Flying Sea. In a mirror match, this just wins you the game straight up. It's a dumb card. It's really good. System downs for Cosmo. I would probably go 3. Triple Mask of Restrict. Obviously. Also. Use this once against a Kaiju monster thingy. Was like a mirror match, and he played Kaijus as well. So this definitely helped against that as well. But that's the only time I actually got it up. Against Monarchs players, I never drew these. That's not true, I drew this once, but then I won second, and he hit this out of my 5 cards in hand with the Erebus. And shuffled it back in the deck. So I did draw this once against Monarch, but I never got to actually put it on the field. And then I played Fanny's Emptiness for the mirror match as well, which actually worked out. In the mirror match, I want to go second because of Flying Sea and Maxi. But I know then game 3, if you lost game 1, game 2 you're going to be able to go second. But if it comes to game 3, or if you know you won game 1 and you know your opponent's going to make you go first, I put in Fanny's Emptiness. So pretty much when you go first with Burning Abyss in the mirror match, I put in Fanny's Emptiness. This actually only this won me 1 game. I only drew it once, but when I drew it, I instantly won. He just didn't have any place to go through emptiness because people don't actually see this card coming anymore, which is stupid because the last time I was playing, this card was just dumb. So that's why it's just 1 now. This card still says you cannot special summon. It's right there. Somewhere you cannot special summon, which I feel like is still, you know, the most broken mechanic in the game, special summoning. So I don't really know why you don't see this anymore, or not as often. But it's dumb, so I decided, yeah, well, why not play it in the side deck? And yeah, like I said, it worked out the one time I actually drew it. So yeah, that's the deck profile. Like I said, changes to be made. Main deck wasn't great. Side deck wasn't great. I mean, these are, I mean, like this Mask of the Strict system down to enemy controller, that's really stable. But it wasn't really well thought through. But that's mostly because I didn't really know what to think of, I guess. All in all, I did have a good experience. I did actually qualify for the European Championship as well, of course, getting top 4, which I wasn't planning on going, and I'm probably still not going to. But it's good to have that qualification present, so if I were to decide, well, fuck it, let's just go, I can go. But I probably won't be playing again until Nationals, which should be in about a month or something. Maybe like 6 weeks, something like that. I probably have my Nationals. We'll be playing that, hoping to get like top 64 or 32 maybe. At least bring home another mat, you know, because why not? I have a lot of mats. Let's get another one. But yeah, it was cool to see the community again. Like I said, I hadn't seen a lot of those guys for 8 months. It just felt like, you know, I saw them last week. So that was really cool. I got to chat with those guys a little bit, and yeah, that was kind of cool. But honestly, I'm not really liking the game too much. I don't really enjoy. I mean, it's not that I'm like hating on the game right now, that I like, ugh, this is terrible, I have to play Yu-Gi-Oh! But it's just not something. I would rather do something else than play Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now most of the time. So I'm not going to force myself to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Just so I can really do well. But yeah, it's just something that I can do every once in a couple of months. So yeah, that's a video. It's been a long one, but yeah, that's usually the case with reports and regionals and stuff. In the comment section down below, let me know if you have any questions or anything, or any whatever you can have. Leave some comments down below. Drop a like if you liked my comeback of getting top 4 instantly after not playing for 8 months. I'll be doing a deck profile on Cosmo as well, soon-ish, so be on the lookout for that. And that'll be all for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!